everyone. Once again, it's been a very long time. I've just been really busy working and trying to find a new apartment. If you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, you might have seen that I'm looking for a new place. My roommate Josh, I actually have two roommates. I don't know if that came across in any of the videos. I have Josh and then another roommate. She's a girl, and she's at her boyfriend's a lot. That's why she hasn't been in any videos, but she's awesome. Anyways, she is moving in with her boyfriend, and Josh is moving back home for a little bit to continue the job search. So, unfortunately, that leaves me in this position where I had to decide whether I was going to try to find other roommates for this apartment or just find a new place. And considering that this apartment is already out of my price range, I kind of struggle to make rent every month. I just figured, I might as well find another place. But easier said than done. The San Francisco rental market is insane. It's so frustrating. I started looking on Craigslist. Well, first I sent out, sorry, my knees are hurting me. I've been running a lot, and so I can't sit like that. Anyways, first of all, I put a post on Facebook asking friends if they knew of a room, and nobody had. And then I started sending responses to Craigslist ads, and I started on October 1st, and I've probably sent 70 emails since October 1st, and I've only heard back from like 5 or 6. So that's how bad it is. And not only that, but rents are just really high because there's such a shortage of places to live. People can raise the rent because, it's like a higher demand, obviously. So it's just been really awful. I saw one apartment that I absolutely loved, and the price was actually really reasonable, and the roommate decided to stay at the last minute. And I was getting really discouraged, and I started looking in the East Bay. If you're not familiar with the Bay Area, the East Bay is like Berkeley and Oakland, areas like that. I was really resistant because I don't want to have to commute from out of the city into the city to go to work every day. It just sounds like way too much work, you already have to spend like 8 to 10 hours at work, and then add on top of that like an hour and a half, 2 hours of commute. But when I started responding to East Bay ads, I got a lot more people writing me back. So it just must not be as crazy of a market over there. And this morning I went and saw an apartment, and it was really cute and really great price. All in all, it looks like a really great place to live, so I would be really happy if they wrote me back and said yes. But as I even told them, I'm so sad to leave San Francisco, I really love this city, and I don't know. I just feel like this is where I belong, and moving somewhere else feels really wrong right now. But I was talking to someone who moved from San Francisco to the East Bay, I think recently, and she said, that she felt the same way, but once you're in the East Bay and you realize like how much cheaper stuff is, and, not just rent, but like going out to eat, going to bars and stuff like that, she was like, you'll feel a lot better. And I know she has a point, and obviously I'll be in the city every day for work anyways, so I can take advantage of, things that I like to do in the city, but I don't know. I'm just going to have to see what happens because, it's October 20th today, and I need to be out by November 1st, so I can't be that picky. So we will see what happens, and I'll keep everyone posted on that. But in case anyone's ever planning on moving to San Francisco, either plan ahead of time, really far ahead of time, or be prepared to pay crazy rents, because that seems to just be how it's working right now. And then other news. Oh, about my job. So I think in the last video I talked about how my job offer wasn't so firm anymore. And I wouldn't say now that it's even that firm, because I've kind of learned my lesson that I wouldn't say it's firm until it's in writing. But I feel a lot better. I mean, I've been working full time since I came back from my bar trip, and they haven't said anything to make me think that I'm not there for a while. Like, we're moving offices next month, so I'm moving apartments and offices at the same time. It's going to be crazy. But anyways, we're moving offices, and I've been included in all the plans for that. Like, it's a totally brand new office. Like, it's being built right now. And they were like, okay, this is where Sean's going to sit. And so, I mean, that's a good sign, obviously. And as far as what I've been doing, we have taken on more litigation work, which I may have mentioned before that this firm didn't used to do litigation before I started there. I mean, not like they only started doing it when I started there, just they had just barely started doing it when I started, and so it's kind of been a project I've been involved in, which is really interesting because I never expected to do anything in litigation. I thought that I only wanted to do contracts. And the funny thing is, what I learned is I'm actually way better at the litigation stuff. I don't know why, but you know, it's just a lesson that you should not box yourself in too much because you never know what you're going to be good at. You know, just learn a bunch of things, and actually, I'm not only good at it, but I enjoy it. It's a really interesting thing to do. Although if I ever had to argue in court, I don't know how I would feel. Because most lawsuits settle before they actually get to the courtroom, so most of the litigation stuff just involves, you know, doing the complaint, doing motions, responding to stuff, discovery, all that, and then at some point, someone usually offers you, or vice versa, and then it settles. So I've been doing a lot of that since we started taking on more, and it's really exciting because I have a lot of responsibility and freedom to do stuff on my own because my law firm is so small that it's basically just like all hands on deck, you know, just you put in as much work as possible. Whereas like at some firms, like they have very strict rules about what first year associates can do or not do. And yeah, I might even be like taking a deposition early next year or maybe even in December, which would be crazy because, you know, I'm brand new and I would be terrified, trust me. I'll keep you guys posted about if and when I do that. But it's just awesome. That's the small firm life, and I really think I prefer it, although I've never worked for a big firm, so I don't know what that's like. But speaking of different experiences, I know that in the last video I said I was going to have a little like Q&A thing with some friends who are all like in different positions as far as jobs. And I'm going to. It's been really hard to coordinate our schedules, especially since I've been like having to go to open houses like all the time. And so I'm going to try to do that soon because I think that would be really interesting and helpful. And one of my friends, the one who works for the public defender's office, he found out that he just got this stipend through our school. It's for people who work in public service. So that's good because he's been working for free, so at least this stipend will help a little bit, and you know, maybe he'll talk about that a little bit too. And then lastly, probably the thing that's been consuming my brain even more than finding an apartment is loans. I officially have to start paying back my loans next month. It's terrifying. I have started the process to apply for income-based repayment because I'm not like making a whole lot of money, and if I had to make the sort of payments that they're expecting me to make right out of the gate, I would have like no money left over for rent or bills or anything. So I'm applying for this thing called income-based repayment. I think that you have to only make a certain amount of money, and so I'm not sure how it works. I just sent in the application and I was like, well, if I qualify, that's great. Otherwise, I'll just get on. There's another one that's like, if you make just a little bit more money, I think it's called income contingent repayment. I know it sounds like the same thing, but the point is, I owe a lot of money and have to pay it back at some point. So next month is when that point starts. And I just want to repeat that everyone should keep in mind that going to law school is not something you should do unless you are totally positive that this is the track you want to be on, and you're really dedicated to like working hard to find a job in a market where it's really hard to find a job, because you're not just going to be making a ton of money there's this misconception that attorneys have not been affected by the economy, and that's absolutely not true. But, you know, I don't want to be too negative either. There was someone on my page, like, a month ago or something that was, like, just going off on, like, how stupid I am and how stupid people are for going to law school, and how, you know, I might as well have just been a waitress and all this stuff. And it was really, really pissing me off. I mean, he has a point about the whole, like, yes, if I were just working as a waitress, I probably would not have this amount of debt. But who is he to say, like, what people's life dreams are and, you know, career goals are? And I just believe, you know, as long as you really think about the consequences and the statistics, jobs, you know, all that, then that's your prerogative to go to law school. For him to go on there and call people stupid for doing it was just, it really, really annoyed me, and I blocked him. What's awesome about having a relatively small amount of subscribers and commenters is that when I think people are being rude or weird, I just block them. I just delete their comments sometimes. I know, free speech and all that, but whatever. If you're going to be a dick, then you can just go away. That's how I feel. So, that was a mini rant. Anyways, I have to go now because I'm going to a friend's birthday party, but I just wanted to update you guys a little bit, and once again, I will try to make a video that's, you know, a little bit more structured than this. Okay.